Hi, this is Gaëtan. My friend called me Chef Gaëtan. You can call me Gaëtan, don't worry. Today we're going to have pizza. When I started giving class, vegetarian cooking class about some years ago in 1993, I remember the first class I gave was about pizza. And I was not aware too much about the dynamic of doing a cooking class, but I managed to give 14 different pizza in 2 hours. And people attending the class, they were like overwhelmed and said, well, what's going on here? So today, simplicity. The first thing I will address is measuring. You have a recipe, and the recipe said 1 cup of flour, 2 cups of flour, so on and so forth. 1 teaspoon of this, 1 teaspoon of that. When you do baking, it doesn't work. I will give you an example. I will fill this cup with flour. I put the cup on the scale, zero the cup. I take flour, I put that in 1 cup. And with a knife, I level the amount of flour and I say this is a cup, right? I measure this. It's turned out that I have 118.7 grams of flour. See, I tap it. See what happened? The flour toss. I put more flour. I tap down the flour. Use a knife. And just for the demonstration, I have the same measure. Look. 151.9 grams. This is the same cup, and this is what happened when you take a measurement. They say 1 cup of flour, and the difference is substantial. You just see it, you're my witness. Now you got the point. Weigh everything you need, and then in that manner you'll be extremely consistent from one day to the next day. Each time you do the recipe, you come back with your recipe, say, yeah, I remember that much weight of this product, and so on and so forth. So this is my recommendation, to have a consistent result while baking. The second thing I would like to share with you is a measurement. I use a technique. I didn't create that. It's a technique used in bakery also. I will use one ingredient, and that will be my reference. When I say reference, I will say this ingredient equal 100%. Every other ingredient will be in the ratio of that ingredient. In the case of pizza dough, flour is my reference. Whatever amount of flour I'm putting will equal 100% as a reference. So you have a dough with a lot of moisture. You might have 75% water, which means if you have 100 grams of flour, you will have 750 grams of water. That's the ratio of 1 to 75%, okay? In the case of a pizza dough, the requirement is to have a very dry dough. So in this case, the ratio would be about 55% ratio. So 100 grams of flour will represent 550 grams of water. And everything would be in proportion of that. Yeast would be 8%, salt would be 5%. It's that simple. So keep it simple. Let's do it. Let's proceed with the dough first and foremost. Now the pizza dough. Very simple. I take my bowl from the mixer, the stand mixer. I put to 0 and I will put 500 grams of flour. Let's see what we have here. It's pre-measured, so take my word, 500 grams exactly, bingo. Put that aside. Now we use water, 275 grams of water. Let's see what we have here. Pouring the water. Whoops. 273.5 grams of water. How much water is this? Let's see. This is a teaspoon. And I put the teaspoon. Not even a teaspoon. And voila. The difference between 273 and 275 is few drops of water. You would say, oh, what, who cares? Few drops of water, that doesn't matter. Yes, it matters. So it's important to have your measure exact. And we have yeast. Normally I have 4 grams of yeast. 4 grams of yeast, bingo. And 2.5 grams of salt. And whoops, here we are. Woo! 2.5 on the number. You see that? Okay, well, you're with me. Take that, put that on the stand mixer, and put the hook. And I will raise it like this and start slowly. For 10 minutes until you have a solid dough of flour. We'll be back. We have a dough. Take it down. Here we are. Take the hook. And the dough is very, very nice. Cannot be used as is. You need to rest the dough. And I will put that in a container, cover the container, and wait a minimum of 2 to 24 hours before using the dough. It's that simple. Nothing complicated. You have your dough. While this is resting, we're going to do the sauce. The sauce is very simple. We have here pomodoro, tomato from Italy. They have been peeled and they come out of the can as is, whole tomato. So we're going to use that, drain the liquid. As you see, there's a lot of liquid in the bottom. And put the tomato in the blender. The amount of tomato is about 28 ounces. This is not baking. We have flexibility. We can be creative there. Never, ever, ever forget to put garlic in the sauce. No garlic, no sauce, that's not good. One of the things about the tomato, you need to taste the tomato. These tomatoes have no salt. Therefore, we need to add salt to the recipe. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of salt. Go like that, about a teaspoon of salt. Salt, you can always add it, but you cannot remove it. Then we have olive oil, about a tablespoon of olive oil. I have dry herb. In this case, it's oregano. And what I do, I pinch the oregano as I put in there. And what happened, this release the flavor of the herbs. And the difference between smelling the herb and pinching the herb and then smelling, it's a world of difference. You can smell much more flavor that way. So it's a little trick from the kitchen. The other ingredients are optional. One ingredient is paprika, smoked paprika. It will add a little smoky flavor to the tomato sauce, the pizza sauce. I'll put some like this. And the last optional ingredient, it's a crunch pepper. So the option of the other ingredient, crunch pepper, it's to taste. You put some, you put more, you put less. Too much is too much, not enough is not enough. It's your taste. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to puree that. And tasting. We go for the taste. Bear with me, I'll take the spoon, taste it. I will add a little bit salt. Like that. And I'll put the cover back. That's it. Now, if you felt that the sauce is too thick, guess what? You can use a liquid from the tomato and liquefy the sauce to your taste. If you want lighter size sauce, less thick sauce, then you can add the water from the tomato. That's an option you have there. So that's your sauce. The dough is resting. The next step is to roll the dough. We'll be back. Okay, we're back. The dough has rested. This is how it's looked like after a period of time of resting. I'll put flour on my counter, on the counter. Yeah, a little dusting of flour. The dough is not sticky. I'll put some flour in my hands too. That will help me not see the dough is not sticky at all, and it's very simple, very easy to work with. So what I like to do is right away to split the dough, this dough in four. I have a dough cutter. I go eyeball it, eyeball it, eyeball it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Soak the flour, the edge with flour. Voila. So I take a ball, roll it nice gently, and I don't want to work too much the dough. The reason is the more you work, the stiffer the dough will be. And this dough, as you remember, has only 4 ingredients: flour, yeast, salt, and water. There's no oil, no sugar. So I'm working the dough gently like this. And at some point, does a little bit flour on the surface, flip of that on the side, make sure that we have something nice. If you want to have it more regular shape, you can use a pin like this one. This is a French pin, and you can roll it and the way you like it. It's a pizza, it's for family and fun, and that's the purpose of doing that. How many times did you try to use a peel, a pizza peel? Get the pizza on the pizza peel, come to the oven, put that in the oven and stick to the pizza peel. Me, happens so many times. But I would like to share a way of avoiding this situation. Let's be grab. So what I did, I used this toaster oven from Breville, and I preheat this pizza plate. It's not a pizza, it's not made as a pizza plate, but I use it as a pizza plate. So it's warm, and we need to proceed quite quickly. That's the sauce I made a minute ago, recently, a few minutes ago, that you saw. So it's to taste, too much is too much, not enough is not enough. On my scissor, so I have fresh basil, and what I do with the basil, I will do what they call a chiffonade. I take the leaf, stack the leaves like that, and roll the leaves into like a form of cigar. And you can use your cutter board and cut with a knife. I'm using scissor, and I have the same result. It's called chiffonade. It's a French word. It's meaning trim of rags. Chiffon. Chiffon is a leftover of a piece of fabric. It can be used as a rag for cleaning. So we'll spread this a little bit here and there so it will be everywhere. So, next step, I'm using mozzarella. This is a vegetarian recipe, by the way. It's lacto-vegetarian. It's vegan until this point. So if you want a vegan, you have nowadays, there's a very good vegan cheese you can get. I'm using mozzarella, and that's it. So this is ready to go. I'll take it, I'll bring it to the oven. I did preheat the oven. Pizza has been in the oven for about 8 minutes. The oven is a Breville Light Pro, and I put the oven for pizza setting. I put it to the maximum. Now we can look at this pizza. We can look at the bottom crust, golden and brown. And this is what the characteristic of this pizza is. Listen carefully. Hear that? This is a crispy thin pizza that your friend will rave about it. You have it. You know how to do it. Go for it. Until next time, thank you for watching. You can subscribe, tell your friends, share the video, enjoy the pizza. See you very soon. Thank you. Bye bye.